Hello guys, welcome to another update. It's 2 a.m. and I'm gonna have to go to bed soon, but I wanted to update you guys. I spent all night basically working on this, and what I got done was the camera deployment system, which basically deploys the camera from a prefab into the game. It controls the architecture for how the camera is handled, which will be very important later on when I start doing UI development for the actual game UI, as it transitions, from the UI and various other things that are going to happen later on, which I don't want to get into in this video. But also what I did was the ship transfer framework, which allows for the transfer of the player ship framework from ship to ship, which allows me to transport from ship to ship. And what you'll see here is I'll hit the left D-pad and you'll see that I'm going from ship to ship. I've added two other ships and I have set up the components inside the cockpit, which is the joystick and the pedals and whatnot. And I can fly it around real quick. And go ahead and just swap here to another ship. And I have not had a chance to really spend any time adjusting or tuning the flight controller a little differently for these different ships, but I will be doing that. And these ships are different sizes, different scales, and they will fly differently as far as the pitch, the roll, as far as the G-force simulation on the camera. And all the different aspects will be slightly different to make the ships feel and fly differently. Later on in the game, you will have upgradable components that you basically swap out on your ship that will modify the flight controls of each ship. So, in this smaller cockpit, this ship right here is a lot smaller than those other two ships, and so is the cockpit, and you can really feel the G-forces a lot stronger in a tighter enclosed space. This ship's probably about 4 times or 5 times bigger than this other ship here, this ship. And so when I get done with it, it will be a lot slower to pitch. It'll be a lot slower to roll and all that. And it's also, these bigger ships are going to have some turrets on them too. And later on, I am doing VR, so you will have the head tracking ability to, in VR, look around and target things with your headset and use your head as the targeting mechanism for the turrets on your ship. Okay, so what's next on my agenda is I want to do an external camera where I can swap to an external view and also fly the ship from behind, from an external viewpoint, which I think will be fun, and it'll kind of lock in behind the ship. So that'll be interesting to see if I can make it work quickly with the already developed flight control architecture for the ships that I've designed. And what else is there? Oh yeah, so another thing that I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to set up the jump gate system. And fly through it, and I'm going to do a basic warp effect and basically jump to Mars. In the game that I'm developing, Galactic Armada, the Galaxy navigation system, I'm scaling back. I'm not doing a procedural universe. I am going to be probably handcrafting each area, each star system. But the Galaxy map is going to be kind of similar to the X series games. It's going to be a grid style Galaxy, and there will be a gate system that controls how you are able to travel from area to area. And the reason I'm doing it that way as opposed to a procedural galaxy is a procedural galaxy is just a lot of work. It's too much work for me to do by myself and try to stay focused on the core gameplay and game mechanics in this game that I want to have, which are the core focus, which is going to be the modular ships, being able to pick up components and upgrade them, and epic action combat. Like, I want to have a strong focus on the AI, a strong focus on big, gratuitous, enormous space battles, a strong focus on the player flight controller, and then after that, the game. And I don't want to spend a year just working on a procedural galaxy, in other words. So that was in my previous designs, and so I'm scrapping that all together for something that's going to be a lot easier to build, a lot faster to build, a lot faster to test, a lot faster to deploy, and so I can focus on the meat of the game that is important, because in my view, being able to travel seamlessly between star systems adds a whole lot of extra work, but it doesn't add a lot to the game. In fact, some people may like jumping through the Stargates and watching the Stargate warp effect and all that. It'll be kind of a throwback to the old times of Freelancer. You guys remember Freelancer? You know, or the old X series games? But anyways, guys, keep an eye out for my next updates. It should be quite interesting. And I will see you guys next time. Like, share, and subscribe.